In my last video, I discussed a hoax claiming that Mass Effect Andromeda DLC had been cancelled, and word of this hoax spread widely enough that BioWare and EA were forced to respond. The hoax began with a Facebook post by a fake company called Sinclair Networks, which claimed that they worked with BioWare on Mass Effect Andromeda and that they learned all Andromeda DLC had been cancelled. Soon after the post was published, word spread around quickly across various gaming forums and media outlets, getting the attention of both BioWare and EA. In response to Sinclair Networks' post, Mass Effect producer Michael Gamble tweeted the following statement: "Never heard of Sinclair Networks, ever." Another Mass Effect producer, Fernando Mello, tweeted, "While we can't talk about the future yet, I can definitely say we build our own DLC/patches for our games and don't hire fake companies to do so." Finally, in response to inquiry, an EA representative told website PC Gamer the following: "We have never worked with Sinclair Networks and they had nothing to do with the development of Mass Effect Andromeda. Beyond that, we don't have any news to share at this time regarding DLC." Some people viewed the hoax's denial as a small ray of hope that Andromeda might receive some additional content after all. However, website Kotaku recently released an article stating that according to 3 separate sources within BioWare, Mass Effect Andromeda will not be getting any single-player DLC. Whatever remains of the downsized BioWare Montreal is now working on refining multiplayer and working on additional patches. Beyond that, though, not much else we can expect. Long story short, Sinclair Networks' Facebook post was a complete hoax, but they also happened to guess right. Plans for Andromeda single-player DLC has indeed been cancelled. I'm honestly not surprised by any of this. As I stated in my previous video, all things considered, reports of BioWare Montreal's downsizing, reports that the Mass Effect series has been put on hold, Andromeda's underwhelming performance both critically and commercially, and just knowing how shitty EA is as a company, chances of Andromeda DLC seemed slim to non-existent. Now with Kotaku's report, we can pretty much bury the hatchet on this one. You know what pisses me off most about this? EA and BioWare won't just come out and say it. They won't admit that they fucked up. They won't confirm that Andromeda is pretty much dead, and they won't take responsibility for the mess that they created. They keep dragging the community and fans around with vague quotes like, "While we can't talk about the future yet," and "We don't have any news to share at this time regarding DLC." At this point, it's only EA and BioWare who are pretending like nothing happened, while everyone else can pretty much smell and see the pile of garbage peeking out from under the rug. They think that silence is helping their cause, but until they face this thing head on and say something substantial to us for once, hoaxes like the Sinclair Networks Facebook post will continue to gain traction. People are going to continue to spread rumors around. Websites like Kotaku will continue peeling back the layers little by little, and people will continue to drag the EA and BioWare name through the mud. They need to show some respect for the community and have the common decency to at least be honest with us. Come on, EA and BioWare, just say you fucked up, say that Andromeda won't continue, say you'll do better next time, and actually do better next time. Grow some balls and take responsibility for the community and fans that you disappointed. The only reason Mass Effect news and coverage is relevant still right now, months after the game's launch, is because EA and BioWare have remained silent. They won't say shit, and people rightfully want answers. But you know what? At this point, I feel like we have pretty much peeled all the layers, especially after Kotaku's investigative article on what happened and what went wrong behind the scenes. At the end of the day, EA and BioWare will go down in history as inconsiderate, incompetent cowards, while us gamers are better informed. We know better now than to trust these two entities moving forward. Anyway, long story short, Sinclair Networks' Facebook post was a hoax, but they happened to guess right that there is indeed no single-player DLC planned for Andromeda. All that shit has been canned after the poor critical and commercial reception. That's pretty much it for this news update. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you enjoy my content in general, consider supporting me on Patreon so we can remain independent from third-party sponsorship and corporate interference. And to be further updated on all things BioWare, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out!